Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29. You'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
But as I always say, contracts don't define relationships.
I'm not going to comment on none of that because, again, the focus is kind of what the focus is. And when that time comes, Tank will let you guys know what he's doing.
Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather have been the center of a lot of controversy recently. Mayweather recently shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight between Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin.
Tank and Frank Martin, what you think about that fight?
It's boxing. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. It's boxing.
That's right. That's right.
What kind of fight you think we're gonna be looking forward to?
I can't speak on nobody. I'm not here to speak on nobody else's fighting style or nobody else's fighting ability. I mean, the world of boxing the world of boxing is what it is. I mean, you just don't ever know what can happen in the sport.
Leonard Ellerbe, CEO of Mayweather Promotions, is confident that Tank will beat Frank. Ellerbe confidently asserted, "Frank Martin can't beat Tank Davis. None of those guys can beat Tank Davis. Frank's a good fighter. He can't beat Tank though." Ellerbe praised Frank Martin, but acknowledged his lack of the skills to outshine Tank. Martin's win against Harut Yunyan suggests he's not equipped to defeat Tank or other top contenders. Despite criticism, Ellerbe defended Frank Martin, stating that all fighters, including Martin, deserve recognition for their talent and should be respected. He refused to entertain excuses or doubts about Martin's capabilities, asserting that all fighters deserve recognition for their skills.
Frank Martin's a good fighter. Yeah. He's a very good fighter. And some of the things I've been hearing lately just about him, just, from just browsing it, it's like people want to make excuses now. They want to make excuses. Don't make no.
For who?
They want to make excuses to talk about this fighter ain't that good, and I don't want to hear none of that. All these fighters are good. All these fighters are good.
The power dynamics in the boxing world are dominated by Tank, who is the primary source of money for his team. Fans are tired of one-sided matchups and want to see Tank challenged against formidable opponents. However, Ellerbe emphasizes the skill level of all fighters and acknowledges Frank Martin's talent. He lauds Martin as a committed and talented boxer, but expresses doubts about his chances against Tank.
Frank Martin ain't no chump. He can fight his ass off. He can't beat Tank, though. He's a good boxer. He's a slick boxer. Tank can do all that, though.
Yeah.
Tank can do all that. And then, Tank does what he does. Tank has an extremely high IQ. Extremely high IQ. He can do it all. He can box, he can bang.
Gervonta Davis remains a prominent boxer with potential return and future fights generating excitement among fans. Kermel Moten, an experienced combat sports expert, has provided his perspective on the ongoing showdown between Davis and Martin. Moten's insights are valuable as it helps to understand the intricacies of the matchup and its potential impact on the sport. The reporter queried, "Can I get a prediction on Tank versus Frank from you if that fight were to come?" Moten added, "I think it's going to be a great match. I feel like Frank will probably get the first few rounds. We know Tank gives away rounds a lot." However, Moten also noted that Tank wouldn't waste much time leveraging his extensive experience to close the gap with Frank and impose his dominance to secure victory in the contest. Moten added, "I feel like he'll probably catch him. He used to experience, and catch him later on in the fight and get the dub." Showbiz the Adult previously emphasized of Tank's potential move to the 140-pound division as a critical step in cementing his legacy in the boxing world. He expressed, "Stepping up to the 140 pounds division isn't just a move. It's a monumental leap towards greatness. Tank's journey from 135 to 140 pounds is more than weight. It's about legacy." This conversation is not intended to diminish Tank's reputation or to directly compare him to other fighters such as Devin Haney. Instead, it delves into rationality and logic, focusing on Tank's strategic moves to cement his place among boxing's legends. Showbiz said, "In the squared circle, legacy is forged by the fires of challenge and adversity. For Tank, moving to 140 pounds is not running from competition. It's sprinting towards history." The central argument is that the 135-pound boxing division lacks the necessary challenges to cement Davis's legacy as one of the sport's all-time greats. Showbiz highlighted Davis's entry into the 140-pound division during his fight against Mario Barrios, highlighting the power, discomfort, and strategic caution of his journey. It highlighted the need for a bigger stage for Davis to establish his name among boxing immortals. The analysis compared Davis to Vasily Lomachenko and Floyd Mayweather, who faced similar challenges in higher weight classes but achieved success through their exceptional talents. Showbiz argued that Davis's true challenges and significant bouts lie in strategy, speed, and spirit rather than size. The 140-pound division holds significant potential for Davis.
He doesn't fight black slick fighter shit. All of that is a race now. Fighting Frank Martin, I am extremely interested to see how Gervonta Tank Davis looks against a fighter who has high IQ, great movement, fights off his back foot, not much of a puncher, so he's more economical with his punches, and Tank has to box him aggressively and go get him. I just want to see that dynamic, see how Tank look. It can help me visualize how much trouble he'll be in against Devin Haney, or how easy it'll be for him for Devin Haney. I would love to see that. And Shakur Stevenson, for that matter. Frank Martin is the perfect one. I hope it's at 140.
Fighters like Shakur Stevenson pose formidable challenges that are crucial for solidifying Davis's legacy. Talking about it, Showbiz said, "The journey of a fighter is measured by the caliber of his opponents. At 140 pounds, formidable adversaries like Shakur Stevenson await, offering Tank the battles worthy of a legend." Floyd Mayweather's recent social media commentary rubbed many people the wrong way. Floyd was talking about how he had to make a lot of sacrifices to get to where he is, and he was on the grind. He thinks the fighters today are just worried about the wrong things. Here's what he had to say. "A lot of times what these fighters are looking at, they're looking at Floyd with the cars. They're looking at Floyd being flashy. Man, listen, I made so many sacrifices. Y'all are looking at the end results. And when I was champion having hundreds of millions in the bank, I still was on my grind in that gym. Y'all are worried about your outfits, how your boots look, worried about the wrong things. A lot of you fighters are living check to check." Gervonta Davis was one of those who felt directly attacked by these comments. This led Gervonta to go on a tirade against the veteran, calling him a hater.
Listen, I made so many sacrifices. Y'all looking at the end. Y'all looking at the end results. Y'all not looking at this shit where y'all go look at the interview and Zab gonna tell y'all, with me being champion, with me already having...
Gervonta even made some personal attacks against his former manager, taking to his social media to expose the legal problems that Floyd Mayweather is allegedly facing in Dubai. According to Gervonta, Floyd is being held hostage in Dubai because he needs to pay back money. There might be some truth to what Gervonta is saying here. Floyd Mayweather's ex-business partner, Steve Marcano, said in an interview that it's obvious they have got him over there in Dubai, and even when he does return, he will probably not want to talk about it.
I don't know, I really haven't spoke to Floyd in a minute, but I'm tight with his right-hand man, my man, S-Mac. I knew S-Mac for 25 years. I tried to call him and figure out what was good with it. He didn't get back to me yet, and I'm sure even if he did get back, he probably don't want to speak on it. Look, they got him over there. That's obvious. We know you've been there a month or whatever, and they say it's over some money. So Floyd got money, so he just better hope they don't take it legal. They saying that he owes some people money out there for the transaction that didn't go through, and he's supposed to get back that money. But out there it's different. The rules is different. It ain't like here where you got a civil court. So I don't know the rules, I don't know the regulations, so...
Rick Glazer provided further insight into the situation. According to him, Mayweather is being held there by the government court system as he owns a substantial amount of money. Rick stated, "Just got off the phone with my guy in Dubai. He told me that Floyd Mayweather is definitely being held by the government court system there, as he owes a substantial amount of money in Dubai. They take indebtedness over there very seriously. Was told the debt is unassociated with boxing. Floyd's desperately trying to work things out, to no avail so far. So Gervonta Tank Davis is correct that Floyd's being held there." In response to all this, Mayweather mocked Gervonta Davis on his Instagram account by sharing a rather unusual clip of him dancing. He humorously captioned it, "We always knew he had sugar in his tank." Gervonta Davis's unhinged rant against Mayweather continued on X, where he even threatened to knock him out, not caring if that takes him back to jail. He has previously been handed a 90-day jail sentence due to an incident.
And now he will finish his 90-day sentence in the Baltimore City jail. Deputies say Davis violated the terms of his home detention sentence in a 2020 hit-and-run crash. He said his home was too small, so he moved to the Four Seasons Hotel, but did not get permission from the judge. He received his 90-day sentence after pleading guilty in February to a crash that injured 4 people.
Gervonta would certainly love to knock out his former trainer. After signing his PBC deal, he was asked about which fighters he would be interested in facing. The name of Floyd Mayweather came up, and Gervonta said yes to a fight with the veteran. He was laughing about it too. He goes on to admit that Floyd would be the toughest out of the other opponents that were named in the interview.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. Yeah, September, November.
Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah,
Out of all of those guys, who do you think's the most difficult opponent for you?
Floyd Mayweather.
In the midst of all this drama, Floyd Mayweather was on a video call with someone who claimed that Gervonta Davis was present nearby. Floyd was eager for Davis to come on and speak to him.
What do you want to talk about? We got
real quick,
What's up?
Sam, actually, I just wanted to say I saw Gervonta Davis was in here for a minute. I don't know if he's still in here. I know he has his big...
Tank on here?
Yeah, Tank. Yeah, well, I don't know if he's still on here. I don't know if he's still on here. I don't know.
I'm entitled to be upset.
Gervonta later explained in an interview what has set him off against Mayweather. He knows Mayweather better than anyone, and the things he mentioned in his commentary before were an attack against Gervonta. Tank even shows the interviewer everything on his phone. He had no reason to go after Mayweather if he didn't feel attacked.
I ain't even realized that, to be honest.
Chrome bag,
Right.
Lloyd shit, Maybach.
Oh.
He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like.
He was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
When the interviewer asks him if this is just like a little spar between brothers who see things differently, Gervonta disagrees. The way he sees it, Mayweather is jealous of him. Floyd may be worried that Gervonta has reached that point in his career where he could pass him. Tank stated, "He, Floyd, just feels like I'm at a point where I can pass him, and I'm doing it at a young age." Gervonta Davis is claiming to be richer than Floyd. This is a very bold claim. For reference, the 6-fight deal that Mayweather signed with Showtime in 2013 was worth $200 million. He was 29 at the time, and Davis claims to have surpassed this amount at the same age. The mega PBC deal that Davis just signed is estimated to be worth $250 million. Other fighters have also gotten involved in this beef between Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather. In a clip, Shakur Stevenson called out Gervonta Davis. He tells him that his beef is not with Mayweather and throws out a challenge to Gervonta to face him in a match. Similar to all of us, he is tired of the tweets and talking. He wants to settle it in the ring.
Say, man, look, man. Your beef is not with Floyd Mayweather. You sitting here beefing with Floyd. It's a fighter out here that's been calling your name that want to fight you. Gervonta Tank Davis, let's make the fight happen, man. I'm tired of tweeting. I'm tired of talking about it. Stop ducking me and let's make the fight happen, man. Come on.
Floyd Mayweather shared this clip on his Instagram, accusing Gervonta of ducking Stevenson. Mayweather is pretty much saying to Davis, "Stop worrying about me and go fight Shakur Stevenson if you want to prove yourself." Gervonta Davis quickly responded to this on his X and said that Mayweather doesn't even like Shakur, and he is only manipulating the kid because of how easy it is. He posted, "Floyd doesn't like him either. He only siding with that kid because he was scared of Jay Prince, the father. And the kid's so easy to manipulate. Look how he had him go at young boy with the Rolls umbrella. Kid looking for fame." Boxer Ryan Garcia added another shocking layer to this feud. On a Twitter space, he brazenly claimed that Gervonta slept with Mayweather's daughter, and according to him, this isn't even something secret.
I already knew about all that though. Once Gervonta Floyd Mayweather's daughter, and that's not even a secret. That's not something I'm exposing. Oh wow.
Mayweather has previously mentioned that he doesn't like to interfere with his daughter's personal life, and he only wants the best for her.
I just want the best for my daughter. Always want the best. If that makes her happy, then we're happy. Me and her mother is happy. But what I try not to do is get in her personal business. My thing is this, it has to do with your upbringing. You know?
His upbringing, not hers.
Anybody.
The two fighters have a long history with each other. Just a few years back, Gervonta and Mayweather shared a mentor-student relationship.
Tank Davis, he was a young kid, came up to me when he was a kid, wanted an autograph. I signed his phone for him and told him, "You'll be world champion someday, and I'll be your promoter." Years later, he was working with some people from our team because our team is huge. We got guys in DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, all around. He won a few fights. I think he was like 8 or 9-0. I told him, in under 24 months, you'll be world champion. Made the right moves, put him in the right position. He's a multi-millionaire now.
Absolutely.
He was a kid that couldn't even
Couldn't even buy a bus ticket.
During his early days, Gervonta signed with the Mayweather promotions and was seen as Mayweather's unstoppable protege. However, the relationship has completely fallen apart since. In late 2022, things changed when Davis broke ties with the Mayweather promotions. He decided to take a path on his own with the help of advisor Al Heyman.
Has the time come, gotta ask you this, has the time come for Tank Davis to take control of his own career and leave Mayweather promotions?
It don't necessarily have to be leave Mayweather promotion. It's about just becoming that man, handle your own responsibility, your own priorities. So I feel as though it's my career, so I feel as though I need to be the one to control my career.
While the separation went without controversy at first, Davis later came out with some shocking accusations. He claimed that Mayweather prevented him from access to training facilities before his match with Ryan Garcia. Even after all this, their relationship did not completely deteriorate. Mayweather supported Gervonta Davis in his match against Ryan Garcia in April 2023. And now with all this drama unfolding, everyone is busy speculating what's next for the two boxing titans. With the fight between Frank Martin and Gervonta Davis just being a month away and already having such an exciting first press conference, the boxing world is already picking their sides on who they think would come on top. When asked to pick between the two fighters, Lamar Smith Jr. believes that Tank will finish Martin in the 8th round.
Yeah, I feel like I think that's an advantage for both of them because they both right there for each other. When Southpaw fight Southpaw, they both right there for each other. So, but I still think Tank gonna finish it. But Frank Martin gonna definitely have some good rounds where he's gonna be clipping Tank a little bit. But I think Tank gonna finish him in like 8.
Devin Haney believes that Frank Martin hasn't competed at the elite levels till now, which gives an edge to Gervonta. He believes that Tank will beat Martin, but it could turn out to be a tough fight for Davis.
You think Tank gets past Frank? Just kind of confidently, just no.
I think that I think that Tank beats him. I mean, if we haven't seen Frank Martin at the highest level, the elite level. I'm not saying that he's not elite, but we just haven't seen him. Do I think he's gonna go in there and lay down? No. I think he's gonna go in there, he's gonna try to get his respect, and he's gonna fight back. But I just think that Tank is, has the experience, has the skills, and will be victorious. But will it be easy? I can't say. But do I think that what's he gonna go? Frank Martin gonna go in there and show that he is a contender? Yes.
Mario Barrios also believes that Frank's experience on the bigger stage will help him have an advantage over Frank. He believes their styles are very similar, but when the lights will turn on, Gervonta will be more confident.
I think so. I think it's gonna be a really interesting fight. They both, Frank Martin's a damn good fighter himself. I think their styles are pretty similar. But I think, Tank's experience, might take over a bit more in that fight. He's been on these big stages, against these, bigger fighters, a bit more.
I know that played a role in your fight. That was your first time on that stage, not for him, right?
Yeah. So, so those little things, that all take a part when, whenever you take those big risks, and get in these big fights. So, I still think, it's going to be a really exciting fight. I think, it's going to be, a chess match, in the first couple rounds. But ultimately, I think Tank's gonna walk away, with his hand raised.
Colonel Moten thinks that Frank is going to win a couple of rounds at first, but will get figured out by Tank in the later rounds of the fight. He stated, "I think it's going to be a great match. I feel like Frank will probably get the first few rounds. We know Tank give away rounds a lot. I feel like he'll probably catch him. He used to experience and catch him later on in the fight and get the dub." Bozy Ennis thinks that this fight is great, but believes that Tank Davis is going to look spectacular during the match.
Tank versus Frank Martin just got announced. How do you think that fight plays out?
That's a good fight, man. But I got Tank winning that.
Right.
Tank winning that. You know what I mean? Martin's a good fighter too. You know what I mean? But I think that's a fight that Tank gonna look spectacular on. You know what I mean?
Teddy Atlas dives deep into the technical aspects of this fight as he stated, Martin's ability to fold pressure without folding will be crucial. He needs to establish his rhythm early, avoid getting trapped by Davis's aggression, and keep the fight in his comfort zone. Gervonta is not just a brawler, a thinker, a predator waiting for the right moment. When Davis senses vulnerability, he pounces, and that's what makes him so dangerous. But he also credits Martin and advises him to take it slow. Atlas stated, Martin has to use his jab not just as a weapon, but as a tool for control. If he can frustrate Davis and avoid major mistakes, he can steer the fight into deeper waters. Andre Ward believes that Frank will need a well-thought strategy to counter Tank's aggressive approach. Ward stated, Frank Martin has a lot of tools in his arsenal, but his biggest challenge will be keeping composure under pressure. Gervonta is not just powerful, he's also cunning and relentless. Frank needs to use his jab not just as a weapon, but as a tool to control the pace and distance of the fight. This advice from Ward gives a good blueprint on how to counter a beast like Gervonta Davis. However, Ward also acknowledges the challenges that Martin will face during the fight, as he knows that Gervonta lurks around and finishes you once you get weak. Ward stated, Gervonta has a rare ability to change the complexion of the fight with one single punch. Even if Frank is winning rounds, he can't afford to relax or lose focus for a single moment. Davis has proven time and time again that he can turn things quickly. Liana Cruz loves the matchup and thinks that Frank Martin is a great opponent for Gervonta Davis, but she also believes that Tank is just on another level. She stated, I love the fight, and I think Frank Martin is a great fighter, but Tank, that motherfu asterisk here is different. I'm a big Tank fan. I studied him a lot when it comes to learning how to be a southpaw, and I love the way he trains, his work ethic, his team. When asked about the match being a southpaw versus southpaw, Liana stated, I think the edge that Tank has is his IQ and his power. I think Frank is slick, but I think Frank is so smart and calculated where he's going to place the shot perfectly to get him out of there. I think Tank is going to stop him, unfortunately. I like Frank as a fighter, but I love Tank. However, Raleigh Romero believes that two southpaws don't make a good matchup. Considering that both Frank and Davis are southpaws, Raleigh thinks that this fight won't be entertaining to watch.
Frank and Tank, I mean, the only thing that, you know, I mean, just two fucking southpaws, you know, two southpaws always fucking sucks.
You said that before.
Yeah, it always does. The only one that was fucking alright over, you know, was Crawford beating the shit out of Spence, but I mean, that was just Spence being fucking completely fucking drained, you know? If it wasn't the case, it probably would have been a fucking shit fight.
Promoter Eddie Hearn also believes Frank Martin is an easy fight for Gervonta Davis. He stated, it's all right. It's an easy fight for Tank. Frank Martin is a good little fighter. I don't think it's going to do mad numbers, but it's a good fight. George Mosey believes that Tank will knock out Frank on the fight night, but also believes that Frank will have the opportunity to showcase his talent on a much bigger stage. With all the speculation surrounding the match circling around,
Tank been putting people that's I'm about to say probably a knockout, man. Like, probably if you got to go off track records, you know what I mean? Young boy show and prove, that's what he do. So I'm just going, normally, you know, we don't really talk about Tank a lot. We always talk hypothetically about Tank most of the time, I think, when we do these type of interviews. So I'm going to be just real, I think we knock him out. Play no games with it.
Derek James told the media that Frank Martin is putting in the work for the Davis fight. Derek stated, we have Frank Martin working out. Things have been said about that. It's a big deal. Yeah, that's all for this video. What are your thoughts on this controversy? Was Gervonta Davis right to lash out at Floyd Mayweather? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel.